Hello, everyone. It says I'm live. I'm just waiting to see on my iPad whether it's come up or not. It hasn't. Because I'll highlight your comments in a minute because this looks interesting. Oh, this conversation looks interesting. Let's see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hey, girl. LaDonna, hi. Hi. Welcome back to my channel, Miss Damn Jewelry. I'm Dolores. Girl, what are you talking about? Hello, everyone. We can talk about these schmucks trying to steal Graceland. You need to, I kind of know what you're talking about, but I need deets. I need the details. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? I need. What is happening? What's going on? Welcome. But as soon as I saw that, I said, "Oh, let's talk about that for a minute." Um, were they trying to auction off stuff at Graceland? Like, what is going on? Like, who's in charge of it? Because like his all the people who were running it, or who were I don't know, were was his family still in charge of it? I'm not unclear. I don't know. But that's crazy. I did see something about a judge stopping an auction at the house. So do fill me in because I want to know if y'all know more details. So we'll only get snippets over here. Just like Graceland being auctioned off. That's all I saw. And then I saw Judge stops Graceland from being auctioned off. And I was like, oh, well, good. Because I don't know how that queue would be long. Can you imagine the queue outside that house trying to get into the estate sale? Hey, Monica. Happy Friday, y'all. Long weekend for both us in the UK and the US. Y'all getting a long weekend this weekend, Monica, in Italy? Um, okay, so I see it's coming up. No one can find these people. Bad phone numbers. What? What's going on? Oh my, that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. Wow. Wow, Bethany, wow. Hey, Cassie. Hey, girl. Kitchen cat. Hello. Um, how's everyone doing? What's the weather like? So I spoke to Daniel earlier, and he said that in his area, they're going to get some bad weather tomorrow. He lives in Illinois, so I don't know what's going on. No long weekend for you, huh? I'm sorry, girl. Daniel, speaking of the devil, I conjured you up. We were talking about the bad weather in Illinois. See, so okay, it highlights. See, this is so interesting. This is oh my god, it highlights how easy it is for someone to steal your house, and that you need to stay on top of your deed. So, wow, okay. So that has to be. Oh, I need to find out more. I need to find out more. Not 82, not quite ready. Hello, hello, Jane. Hi. We've been up all night. Sirens went off all night with tornado coming straight for us from Gretna. Oh no, girl, that is crazy. Oh, girl. Okay, so now it's starting to be clear. Okay, okay. So yes, a fake company, of course, child. These scam artists tried to say that Lisa Marie. Well, you gonna say that because she's not here to defend herself. Taking a loan, but they had fake paperwork. Why would she need a loan? I mean, I'm sure she could just go to the bank just on her cred and get a loan without having to put the house up. I mean, child, please. Anyway, so hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. The weather here has been not y'all's weather, and for that I'm glad. But it like we had like 3 days of sunshine, 72 hours, and then that was it. Done. It's like rain. If I hear one person talk about a drought, I swear to God, I'm gonna have a problem. But it's been raining here today. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, but the rest of the weekend looks like a washout. So let's see. Yeah, it. Yeah, but it actually does happen. Sadly, people need seriously to follow up there. Girl, this is crazy. This is. I mean, it's great. We ain't talking about someone's house down the street. It's Graceland. I mean, this isn't like Uncle Bob's house down on 34th Street. This is Graceland, national treasure. Um, Oh, well, here's the thing. This should be another because this is none of this is about Graceland's vintage, but I don't understand how people, and I know in Texas it's really easy to do squat. Like you could just move in. It takes forever to get that person out. I'm like, why are we all squatting in? I mean, why am I paying rent? Why am I paying a mortgage? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, absolutely. They say who's going to argue it? They're going to be like, oh yeah, she was like need money. I mean, and then she wasn't that close to her mom. I don't think in the end. I don't know. I don't know the family dynamic, but it doesn't feel like they were particularly Like maybe she didn't trust her mom with a lot of her financial like stuff. So maybe her mom didn't. It's just, and her children are quite young. Aren't some of them really young? I think she's got older ones. And how you gonna just steal the house from one of these children? Those are like the grandchildren of Elvis. Oh my God, stop. This is crazy. Yeah, I just want to know how to squat, please. Can you put directions in the chat and I can go squat somewhere? And not have to pay, anything. The icing on the cake was her saying she never notarized. Well, there's not notarized. It ain't legal, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I, oh my God. Oh, it's all under trust. Doesn't actually belong to the family. Oh, okay. Okay, it's because her mom blew through the money. Oh, girl. See, I wondered about that. I did wonder about. So it's in a trust. But even that being said, not being funny, but the state should be like, right, national landmark, no one can touch it, because it technically is. I know it's not like 100 years old, but it is a landmark, and it is something that the state should be proud of. Do you know what I mean? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's something the state should be like, right, well, we're in charge of it. No one's touching it. They supposedly have a hearing today. It will be interesting to see. Girl, ain't no one showing up from that company. They just shuttered their doors and left. Oh, good, good. And it's just because it is, I mean, whether you like Elvis or not like Elvis or whatever, I mean, he was an influence. I don't mind Elvis at all. I think it is part of a musical institution and had a large influence on a lot of people, and the whole world knows, the whole world knows who Elvis is and Graceland and all that. How is that not like, I don't know, Buckingham Palace at this point? Like you just can't go up to it. There's guards standing out front, horses, can't go up to, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Oh, okay. I thought they already said so. I was aware of it. I mean, they say the way these things work as fake. The documents sell your deed to another company there. Girl, it's so intertwined. Girl, that's why they can't have $5. That's a thing. That's absolutely crazy. It should be a national treasure. It should be protected by the federal government. I'm just saying. Like I said, it's not Uncle Bob's house on 34th Street. It is Graceland, y'all. Come on now. Everybody has to appreciate that. That it's a special place. It means something to the people of the state, and to everybody in the world. People go from all over the world go to Graceland. You'll hear more people go to Graceland than they ever been to Windsor or Buckingham Palace or that. So it should be protected. Let's see. The states are finally passing squatter laws. Oh, okay. See, and I understand. So now I understand that obviously with people who rent, a landlord just can't come in and go, you're out, because that's the renter has rights. But when people just get in the window and like decide to set up shop in your house and you're not there, that is ridiculous. I don't know. It is crazy. And surprisingly, Texas is like super, like, nothing we can do about it. They've moved in. I'm like, y'all Texas, what are you doing? Oh, we went to, I bet it was so fun. I mean, it's like walking around a stately home, like here, like you'd walk around a stately home. It'd be like things are roped off. You can see where things were, how people lived. Amazing. So did you go on vacation was it a vacation to Graceland? LaDonna, was that like a little holiday y'all went on? Because that sounds good. Carrie and Grace in the second girl. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised because it is a place. It's a national treasure. Fight me on it. It is. I think everybody else here agrees it's a national treasure. No one's going to fight me. Yeah, but now the cops can force them out. They have 3 days to show legal Oh, okay. Yes, it took them. Yeah, girl. I was like, I could. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so you had a good trip, mom, aunt, and daughter for a weekend. Oh, that's like a girl's trip. I love that. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, y'all. We're going to talk about holidays, vacations. Let's all go on a summer holiday. Oh, let's do that. Do you remember your summer holidays when you were children? And here it comes. Summer's here. Official day of summer is June 20th this year because that summer solstice tends to fall on the 20th, 21st, 22nd. Oh, what did she say? Oh, look at me. I'm all into this now. Never mind my talk. Let's talk about this. And the HOA is even worse. People who own the home have no girl. Don't get me started on HOA. We don't have them here in the UK. So if I want to paint my front door purple, it's no one's business but mine. Yeah, I've 100% agreed. We don't really have them here. Now your neighbor can complain about your purple door, but the council will be like, "What's it to you? Move along," you know. So yes, and as we're in the end of May, schools in the U.S. are letting out. Just ask Beth from Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretty. She works at a school in Fort Bend County, and she's glad today's last day. She's out for at least till August. So yeah, and our school holidays here in the UK, they don't start until July 25th. So they're in school longer. They get 6 weeks holiday, and that starts on July 25th this year. Around that time, every county is different, but it's roughly the end of July when the summer holiday starts here for the kids. In the US, kids are halfway through their holiday. They're like, we've been off since May. Teachers are glad. Now parents got to figure out what to do with them kids. Like, oh God. But here's the thing. I'm 55, double nickels. I had school holidays. Summer holidays were a thing. You get off in the summer, you go. But when did they start? Like, when did it? I mean, obviously, and it didn't start when school started, when people started going to school. When did people here in the UK and the US decide we're giving these kids this much time off in the summer? You're going to have this much time off. Everybody's going to have the summer off. And what prompted this long vacation holiday period for schools? I didn't know. And I thought this too. This is a common thought. And I thought this as well, that it had to do with agriculture, that the reason these kids were getting time off in the summer was to help their family in the fields. Now, I think that's been disproven. And Oxford Royal Academy refutes the theory. Says, nope, that's not why. That's not it at all. Because, and this is why. Now, that may be different in the US. This is the Oxford Royal Academy, spelled with the E at the end, so you know it's British. The royal part spelled with the E, not Oxford. The school, so what Oxford Academy says is that, Royal Academy, sorry, says that the school system was developed as farming became more mechanized and there was little need for extra labor. So here, at least, that's when children started to go to school because, the Industrial Revolution. Hey, Gosha. Hey, girl. The Industrial Revolution made farming equipment easier. You didn't need as many hands. You could tractors and so that you didn't need as many hands in the field. Also, if summer holidays existed for agricultural reasons, it would make more sense for students to return to school in September. It would make no sense. Sorry, it would make no sense for kids to return in September because that is when the busy harvest season starts. So you're starting to harvest in September time, and that's just beginning. So it would make more sense to let them out at the end of the summer and go, okay, go pick all the stuff, go and harvest. Bring me back a cornucopia of things, corn, pumpkins, whatever it's harvested, apples, maple syrup. Oh, that's in the spring, I think. But so that was that was interesting because I always thought it was because of farms and kids have to work on farm. Apparently it wasn't that. So so when I looked further into it, I really couldn't find a reason why. One actual reason. There's several different reasons in different regions of the world. Well, see, girl, yes, that's what I'm going to get to. Yes, My grandfather only went through the 8th grade, but his sister's grad. Oh wow! I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible how, kids weren't really like, 8th grade education was enough. You're good. You're done. Come and help work in the family business. Um, there you go. Two hots. That's that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's what we're gonna get. Yes, and that was part of it. So, so in countries with extreme temperatures, like the U.S., parts of Europe get extreme temperatures. The U.K. not so much. It was a good idea to give these kids a summer holiday, and because it's too hot to go to school, they need a break. It's just too hot. I was the first my friend to go to college. Oh, that's good, girls. I bet your parents are so proud of you. I'm proud of you, LaDonna. That's great. Um, so in the UK, summer holidays were finally popularized for the masses in the 19th century. The advent of the Bank Holiday Act in 1871. We have a bank holiday on Monday, so yay, 3-day weekend. The advent of the Bank Holiday Act in 1971 and the structured time off in factories and other jobs led to the rise of a traditional seaside holiday. So we're going to talk about holidays today, y'all. And here's what I want to know. Put in the chat, y'all. Put in the chat. Did anybody go to summer camp? Anybody go to summer camp? I want to know, because I have always wanted to go to summer camp. I never went. I'll get into later why. But not for any bad reasons. I just didn't go. My parents would pull what I want. What would we say? But did any of you guys go to summer camp? No. I didn't either. I don't know if that was in Texas. You didn't. Well, we did it. You're like, you're gonna go to family's house. That's where you're going. Obviously, my father worked all the time, full time. My mom was only worked weekends. She was RN, so she worked only on weekends, which is handy because we were out of school. Oh, you went to a 2-week Girl Scout camp. Oh, wow, was it fun? Did you make s'mores? No, you didn't, but you sent your kids. I was so lucky. I always wanted to go. I never went. I've always, you always, what is it, romanticize summer camps in your mind. You always think, what would it be like? All the activities and meeting other people from different places. I never went. And I was in Girl Scouts, but I didn't make it past brownies. Sorry, y'all. I didn't make it past brownies. I was too busy playing softball. So, and there's a lot of contention surrounding school holidays. Yes, fun, went with my troop. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God, I love that. Church vacation, Bible school, and a Girl Scout play in the park thing. Oh, okay. Even though I was in what we call CCE or CCE, Catholic Church, they didn't really have summer camps at my church. They had a softball league. I played in that. Sure did. Loved it. I would have loved to have gone to a softball camp. Oh, that'd been great. Anyway, I digress. So there's a lot of contention around school holidays for a couple of reasons. And not that we don't want these kids to have a holiday. Of course we do. It's hot. I don't even want to go outside my house when it's hot in the UK. Can you imagine? And I know like schools have air conditioning now. That's fine. But it's like you got to get up. It's hot. You got to get dressed. You didn't go outside and play PE in like 110-degree weather in Houston. I don't think so. It's just no. And you can only keep kids in for so long, they get like, cabin fever. So, but it's really, there's a lot of contention because even though like, school holidays are a staple for kids all around the world, families with single parents or where both parents work full time, childcare becomes like crazy. Like, what are you going to do now? You've both got to go to work. No one's taking 6 weeks off holiday. I don't know any job that let you take 6 weeks off unless you were ill, and it's like, and it actually childcare becomes a very big expense. Like here in the UK, for instance, a 6-week summer holiday can cost a parent £1,445 or 1,836 pounds per child for a 6-week holiday. So that's a lot. Not all do. Several Midwest schools still have AC. Oh my God, we should sort of a program and donate easily to those schools because that's just not right. Especially now it's getting hotter. So it's very, very expensive for the parents. Unless the parents of the children are lucky and the grandparents live by and they're retired and they can help, or they can, like, there's some kind of help because it's very, very expensive. Yep, all the teacher in service days drove me nuts. I had to take off work. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, my mom, fortunately for in my family situation, my mom only worked weekends as a RN, so it's kind of like handled. My dad worked during the week, my mom worked on weekends, so it was kind of easier for us. But I couldn't imagine. Well, I mean, what we do, because I know people, oh, latchkey kids. Well, my parents were really like that. They're not leaving us home. Well, my parents didn't. Oh, hell no. They knew better. We're not giving you a key and nothing. Um, and obviously in the UK here, it doesn't really have the summer camp culture like in the US. Like there's always, I mean, I'm sure there's camps, but it's usually geared for the whole family to go, not just to drop your children off. That's kind of thing. So, um, and like I said, and even if you do send your children to camp, that's expensive in itself. How much does it cost to go to camp for 6? You can't send your kid. Well, you got to see your kid for 6 weeks. I know some people do, but I think camps are more like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. But then, okay, so now what do you do with the rest of the time? It's very expensive, and also for children on lower socioeconomic backgrounds, the summer holidays can be a tough time for children at risk of going hungry over the summer holidays. As during school, they get free lunches, free school meals, and as y'all know, Beth and I, on a Sunday, Beth, Carolina Princess, Sweet Treats and Pretties, will do a jewelry haul, and any of the proceeds of that goes to a nonprofit organization called Lunches of Love, which does help feed kids throughout the summertime outside the school year. So they're still be able to get lunches and stuff. But not every state has that. This is just a county. It's not a statewide thing. This is a Fort Bend County. One county, you've got, there's several counties around Harris County, Cypress, Cy-Fair, all, A-Leaf. There's all these different school districts. Katy, Katy ISD, that's a whole other one. That's just in one area. So in Fort Bend County, they do provide free lunches, but it's, if you're not living in a place that offers that, a lot of these kids are miss out. And so the holidays are, as much as the kids want to be out of the school, like, yay, I'm out. Yeah, all right. It's like, well, what happens at lunchtime? So that's a lot of things people don't think about, or a lot of struggles people do have to face when, when the kids are out for holidays. And so, hey, Kathy, hey, girl. So what I want to know, and put it in the chat, what were some of the holidays you guys went on? What were some of your holidays that your parents took you on, or you were, sent to? Oh, nope. Our governor tried to axe the funding for meal program for the kids in the summer. Well, he ended up walking that back after. And here's the thing. You can have, it doesn't matter what side of, and we're not even going to talk about politics, what side of politics you land on. It has nothing to do with that. It's about everybody at some point in their life has fallen on hard times. Everybody has, with their children. And at some point, you need help. And, especially if your kids are, if the children are getting, free lunches at school, what happens is it has nothing to do with anything. It's like, you're not a socialist all of a sudden because you want to feed children. You know what I mean? So I think that's great that he did walk it back, but it took outrage of everybody to go, sir, calm down. These are children, Oh, she goes to charter school. My friend's my friend's daughter goes to charter school. My granddaughter goes to a charter school, and they get all free breakfast and all those that qualify to get free lunches. That's great. See, and go, yeah. Well, then that is the thing, and then it's kind of like that balance, isn't it? Like healthy food, free food, But at least the kids are getting something, and because being hungry and tired, it's just not good, not very good. So yeah, put in the chat what you guys did on your summer holidays, because I'm quite curious. Like, if you didn't go to camps, what did you do? Did you just stay at home, hang out in the neighborhood, ride your bikes with your little mates? They do get fresh fruit. Oh, that's good. And it's like something. Do you know what I mean? It's like A little something. Did you like just hang around at your friend's house? What did you do? My house during the summer was because my mom was home during the week. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, she only worked weekends. So all the neighborhood kids would kind of come to my house because their parents knew, well, Carmen will be home. Carmen's home. It was kind of like not. It wasn't like a my mom's babysitting all these kids. It was kind of like an unspoken, unwritten, we're gonna go to Dolores' house. Her mom is gonna cook for us. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna be safe. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? We went to grandparents in Ohio. See, this is the thing. Oh, okay. So Kathy fought with her sister all summer long. Overran the neighborhood with right, exactly. Um, and like I said, our house wasn't like a written rule, but everybody showed up at lunchtime. Everybody came to my house because that was like the hottest part of the day. And my mom was like, right, y'all come in, watch cartoons or Gilligan's Island or whatever was on the TV on the 4 channels that we had. Because no one had cable, girl. I don't think they had cable then when I was little because I was a child of the 70s. So there was no cable yet. And my mom would make us something. Sometimes she'd make us breakfast for lunch. So she'd make pancakes or whatever. So we all the neighborhood kids come over, hang out. We have popsicles. We had like a little pool, in the backyard, not a real pool, like the kind that you fill up and the sides, holds the sides up. We do that. But the heat of the day, we came inside and played because it was Texas and Houston's hot. I always had an insane chore list. I was the maid, Elo. I hate cleaning baseboards. I mean, I have to say, we had chores kind of, but it was kind of, again, another unwritten rule. You just went and did it. Like you went to wash the dishes, you went to do that. Mama didn't have to ask you. And you showed it when Papa asked you because we had to ask you. It got to the point where you should have already done it. I grew up in Florida. We did a lot of swimming. Sometimes my parents would take us on little trips. See, again, I mean, I think we're all around the same age. So we all have that. Like, there was no Disneyland. I wasn't, girl, my parents were taking me to, girl, if they could afford Disneyland, they'd have the house paid off. You know what I mean? Like, we got a house to pay off. We got 3 children to feed. We are not going to Disneyland. Went to Astro World because Astro was in the city of Houston and I lived in the city of Houston. It was just going up the road. We just go to the zoo and stuff. Played with Barbie. Oh, played Barbie with neighborhood. I loved Barbie. Loved Barbie. I still love Barbie. Oh no, Mom went back to work when we moved back to the States. She made sure that I had no time to get in trouble. I mean, look, you ain't in prison right now, so thanks, Mom. You grew up and did well, LaDonna. So your mama wasn't. She did the right thing for you. Summer birthday parties were always pool parties or roller skating. Roller skating. Oh, we'd go to the roller skating rink. Honey, spend all day there, child. Let me tell you. Yeah, and this is the thing. Nowadays, and I'm no shade to the kids these days. I don't want to, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever they're called now. I don't begrudge them because now I think parents have more of expendable income than our parents did. We played outside all day. Girl, yes, we did too. Well, in the middle of the day, we came in because it was too hot. But then after about 4, we were back out, getting on our bikes, riding to this place called The Hills that was in the back of my neighborhood, which is now the Beltway. But before it was a Beltway, it was just a bunch of hills and trees and stuff. We used to ride our bikes over there. My knees were oh, girl. Yes. Oh, I loved roller skating. Oh, on the street, honey, I'd roller skate the streets. The streets, I tear up the streets with my roller skates. My brothers taught me how to ride a bike. Summer was great. And that's the thing. We kind of like, I think, and I don't want to be like generational. Like if there's young people in here, I'm no shade to you. But you drank out of the water hose and all that. A lot of us didn't go to places like Disneyland or Disney World because the parents could afford it. They're like paying for cars, houses, and stuff. Now, and even now, if you go to Disney World, Disneyland now, it's got to be like 200 quid or $200. Sorry, $200 per person. I mean, and then that's if you live near it and you're just going for the day. If you have to go to and fly to it or drive to it, then you got to get a hotel. Then you got to, get all the things. Now you're getting up to about $1,000 a person. Oh, the skate, girl, the little metal skates. Girl, I had those at first. Yeah, I had those. And then my aunt bought me the boot kind with the wheels, like the regular like rubber wheels. Girl, I was a skating fool, me. Mm. And then obviously there wasn't softball in the summer, which was a shame. So yeah, I mean, I think we played outside until, girl, we played outside until it was dark. I remember playing outside before there was street lights on my street. Girl. But see, when it got street lights, my mom goes, "You gotta come in when the street lights come on." I'm like, "What did we do before that?" It was the a girl, Karen, amen, girl. I could have fun with $1,000 at home too. I would be like, "How much you want?" No, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home and watch Netflix and chill with my $1,000. Most family here pull kids out. Okay, now that's what I was going to talk about. Yes, yes. Most families here pull kids out during the school year, go skiing and stuff, then get mad because it counts as an excuse aspect. You can get fined here for that in the UK. So that's another thing about in the summertime going on holiday. These damn travel companies are trying it on. Let me tell you what. Here, I don't know about there. Here in the UK, as soon as that school lets out, as soon as summer holiday starts, those airfares go. You ain't gonna go nowhere. And I mean, you could go in October and it'd be like half the price. Whether you're going to Spain, Turkey, anywhere in Europe, any of that, or usually people go to Spain. Um, that price jumps up as soon as those kids get out of school, and it's expensive, and it's so expensive. We went to the lake. Oh, sorry. Oh no, there we go. Went to the lake all the time. Day trips, Burnt City. Oh yeah, you probably got sunburned, child. And here, if you pull your kid out during the school year, and it's like reoccurring, or you don't have a good reason, like, and the reason can't be I'm going away on holiday, you can get fined here for that. So I feel bad because parents have to go, well, kids, sorry, we're not going anywhere because I can't afford the triple price of an airline ticket that was only was 3 times less than that 2 months ago. So there is that. There's the expense of traveling during the summer, especially if you have to fly. We live on UK's an island. You have to fly unless you have a staycation, which I suggest. A staycation is like staycation, like staying in your area. I mean, it was just how we grew up, but now it's like staycation. Staying within, like in the area or staying in the state or whatever. That's probably easier to manage. But still, if you don't have relatives somewhere and you're just having to stay in hotels, that's going to cost you. And I'm sure they put the hotel prices up in the summer and all. I'm just saying, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Tourist at your own time. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's another good one. Because we didn't go to places like Disneyland or this or that, we always went somewhere in Houston. My mom didn't drive, although she did work. My aunt didn't have any children. She was single all her life, and she would pick my mom and us up, and we'd all go places. We'd go here, we'd go there, we'd go here, And I saw everything in Houston. I knew every corner of Houston because that's where we went, And I could tell you everything about Houston, and that's kind of cool in a way because a lot of people don't know their own town they live in. My mother would sign us up for dance and craft classes during the summer that the school offered. Oh God, that's cool. Oh, you remember doing a jazz recital? It's so cute. I need pictures. Put them on Instagram. Yeah, they do exactly. And this is the thing. They see that they take the piss. I mean, I know they're gonna make a buck, and they know people are gonna go away and go, But I just think, oh, come on, But as a kid, my mom's family was from Galveston, and most of them all still live there, except for one of my aunts lived in Houston, and my dad's family lived in Del Rio, which is way up by the Texas-Mexico border. So that was like a 6-hour trip. So we would go to Galveston to my cousin's house. My cousin had a house on the bay, on Galveston Bay, and it was like the typical beach houses where it was on stilts, and the top part was the living quarters, and underneath was like where you'd have like picnic tables and stuff. And so that's what we did. And we would go to my cousin's house. Now my mama had 4 sisters and 5 brothers, 10 of them all in the family. So and only 2 of one aunt and one uncle didn't have children. Oh, 3 didn't have. So one uncle, two uncles, one aunt didn't have children. The rest of them all had kids and all had a lot of kids. So we would go to Galveston for the summer. Not the whole summer, but for a couple of weeks we'd go. And we'd swim in the bay, we'd hang out, we'd barbecue, we'd fish, we'd go fishing, crabbing, we'd do all the things. Go to the beach, um, and just sit out there and play with sand castles and stuff. My mom made the costumes for the dance class, but we never got to. She said, "Oh, did you at least get to wear the costumes?" Okay. Galveston. Oh yes, I love Galveston. I do. I love it. I used to have the best time there, and just playing with my cousins who were all about the same age. You know, we all varied in age. You know what I mean? Like we all like some were my brother's age, some were my age. It was all varied cousins, and we'd all go out there and swim and hang out and play. And those were my like friends. I mean, I had friends back in Houston, but I didn't meet any new friends on holiday because all my friends were my cousins. So we all hung out. It was they were fun summers. Oh, the smell of a cookout. Yes. Mm-hmm. We would also ride our bikes all over town. Well, we wouldn't ride them all over Houston, but all around the area we would, yeah, because Houston's massive, girl. It was like we would ride them all around, and we would go and we would swim, and all my cousins would be there. And again, I had loads of cousins, loads of cousins. And we'd walk up to the bait shop. You know what I mean? It gets to, although we would use the little fish we call it as bait, but we wanted to go to the bait shop. We'd walk up to Smithy's bait shop. Oh, it just came back to me, Smithy's. And then when my cousin moved to another house, we would go there because she didn't live far from the beach. We would just walk up to the beach, but she lived by a game room, and we would. And I mean, I say game room, I mean pinball. There was the arcade was literally pinball machines and maybe pool tables. We'd go and walk and go play all the pinball machines. Oh, I used to love playing pinball machines. Remember, child of the 70s, there was no Atari, there was no Atari. God dated me. There was no PlayStation game, nothing like that. No Donkey Kong. It was all pinball machines. We would stay with both sets of grandparents. See, that's great. Yeah, again, see people like, who able to spend time with their grandparents is great. Oh, you go into game throwing ball over the roof of the house. Pigtails meant it didn't make it. Oh, let's see. I remember going to Sanibel Item. We stayed at a motel right on the beach. Oh yeah, girl. She said my sister and I fought the whole time. Well, see, that's part of the memories. That's part of the memories. I mean, I had two older brothers, so they didn't really pick up. Well, they did pick on me, but they were too occupied with my other cousins, so to mess with me. So Island. Okay, it's like, oh, what's that? So my summers were spent, and at night on the, so she obviously had the beach house on the bay, so it was on stilts. If you look at any beach house in Galveston, they're on stilts. Not the ones more away from the beach, but the ones by the bay or the beach, they're on stilts. So because of flooding, obviously. But we would sit on her. We would get a big screened-in porch right off the living room. Beautiful, big screen, and we would just sleep on the porch. And you could just feel the breeze from the bay. Oh, it was, I mean, you could smell the bay. I mean, it was just like so amazing. Oh, I bet the neighbors loved y'all. And yeah, seashell, finding seashells and stuff. We would do that. Remember sand dollars? God, I cannot find, I haven't looked in a long time, but we started trying to get sand dollars and stuff. Oh, we had the best time. I mean, and that's the thing. Trying to find these, things to do with your kids or your grandkids, if you have your grandkids, without costing the earth, because even now, it's very expensive. It was expensive then for our parents back in the 1970s. And, and you just have to do, and some of the, and you wish you'd go back to that. You wish you'd go like, those were such simpler times. And I don't mean politically or anything. I mean, being a kid and not having anything to worry about. Like, all I have to worry about is if I'm going to get the bomb pop from the ice cream man, or the cone. You know what I mean? Like that's my only dilemma today. Like what ice cream I'm getting from Ice Cream Man. And do you remember Ice Cream Man that come around the neighborhood? Oh, we still have one. We have one that comes around this Smith's Ices is what it's called. They have a little store and it's like a cute little like little sweet shop, but they also do UPS drop off. So I go there to drop off my UPS packages. But it's like an old sweet shop with all the sweets, and they have like the ice cream, and you can get like ice cream float, ice cream cone. They have all the it's called Smith's Ices, and his little ice cream truck does come around the neighborhood. I had to give him kudos. No cell phones. You had to. I don't know what happened there. You had to look in someone's eyes to really get the to talk to somebody. You couldn't just look in your phone and just you had to engage with people is what I'm saying. Oh, Mr. Jameson and his ding ding truck, girl, yes. We used to run a credit to my ice cream. The ice cream man was like, you better pay today. My mom and dad would take the five of us camping, fishing, and cooking outside so much in the summers. Memories of exactly. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't realize your mom's got to get all the stuff together, make sure you got all your clothes, all your drawers, all the things, the groceries to pack it up. I remember going. So growing up, we used to have a station wagon. Of course we did. I'm from the 70s. And we would just go in the back of it, like no seatbelt, nothing, just roll around the back of a station wagon, like what seatbelts? In the 6th grade, our house backed up to elementary school. Monkey bars. Oh, girl. My sister landed on her head. Oh, my God. Oh. I mean, summers are always crazy. There's always going to be somebody. At least it wasn't you. It's your sister. Poor thing. And like I said, we would just like on the beach, we would just sit there on an umbrella all day, just building sandcastles with like cups and like little buckets. And it was the greatest thing, and we'd go cool off and then we'd come back and have a sandwich or a little something to eat, and we'd go back in and that whole like wait 30 minutes before you go back out in the water. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I feel like it isn't. I feel like that's not true. But Florida trip from Michigan, 1964. They got girl, I know, right? I mean, throw all them kids in the back and be done with it. Oh, I love it. Girl, we lived at the beach. Even though I am a natural redhead and I am fair skinned, we lived at the beach. I mean, that was, all my mom's family lived there. And so we could just, go stay with my aunt or my cousin. And even as a teenager in the 80s, I would still go. Me and my best friend would drive there and her big Catalina car. And we would drive to my aunt's house, stay at my aunt's house with my other cousin who was our age, and hang out. You know what I mean? Like, and we'd go to the beach and we'd spend the night. We'd stay at my aunt's house. I mean, the fun we had. Even as a teenager, it was fun. I love, no seatbelt, girl. We was crazy. I'm surprised we even made it this far. Our trips were all day trips. Yeah, you would go out for like a day trip. Yeah, so I mean, it's just, and even as a young adult, even when my son was young, we took him to Galveston because my cousin had a child the same age. So, that was like, it started all over again. We're taking you to Galveston now. We're going to Galveston and da 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 da. So we, they kind of kept that tradition going while I was still living in Texas. And and our kids played together, creating more memories. Oh, it was so great. And that's all I could afford, girl. I couldn't afford nothing. Being a single mom, there wasn't much I could afford. So, we thank God I had relatives in Galveston so he could have somewhat of a vacation. But I had my mom and dad that were still around and alive and, fine. And when my kid was young, so they helped me out a lot because I had to work. It was so different back then before they started building all the high rise. I know. Oh, the little motels, yeah. Oh, like the little like 1-story ones, and it was like, oh, girl, those are the best. Um, but vacation is expensive any time of year, really, especially in the summer. And even just days out over time can be expensive. So the I was just gonna say, like, I mean, for people in the chat who have the grandkids with them, or if you are a caretaker for children, or you have foster children, or whatever it is, or you have your own children, what are some of the things that can that people can do with their kids during the summer holidays? Put it in the chat. You know, what kind of things are inexpensive that can, you know, that you can do with your kids. I like the fact that, you know, if you can drive and you have it close to you, local libraries offer a lot of different like activities during the summer for kids. Any local library, if you have a good local library near you, you're very lucky. One. And two, there's a lot of things to do in a library. You know, you can check out books. There's activities going on. There's like kind of reading programs and stuff. So that's pretty cool. You could do that. Um, you could have like a crafternoon. You could have a crafternoon with the kids. And I know the whole idea. You're thinking, oh, I got to go to Michael's now or Hobby Lobby and go buy some stuff. Um, children's museums have great activities, and all the museums here in the UK are free. Now, all the normal exhibits are free. If you want to see like a special exhibit, that's going to cost you a little bit more. But all the hotels here in the UK are free, so free entry. So that's pretty cool. I don't know about in the States. Uh, the library has lots of activities. I used to take my yes, exactly. State park picnic, love it. I love it. We have there's like local parks here, but when back in Houston, there's a wonderful park called Tom Bass. It is in Harris County, Tom Bass Park, and it had like 5 different parks, and oh, we had like little barbecue pits and everything. It was such a. We used to go there all the time when my kid was young. Me and my friends and Jamie would go. We would all go to the park and have like a big picnic and like bubbles and games and horseshoes and all the things. Yeah, it's girl. That's exactly yeah. And that was another thing. You know, it's in some places like where you live, and like I know in Houston, it's you can't you're not gonna go outside. It's hot. Like not in the middle of the day. No one goes outside in the middle of the day. And the library place was the only place that was air conditioned. And that's another reason to go to the library because it's got air conditioning. So, and I like have a craft afternoon, like in because like because like it's hot outside, you know, in certain areas of the world. Um, you have to ride your bike a mile to get there. Um, so if you know, like if you want to have like a craft afternoon and with a kid, you know, with your grandkids or kids, instead of having to go, okay, now I got to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and buy all this expensive craft stuff. No, you don't. We used to make pictures with macaroni, okay? These children can use macaroni to make pictures. Or what it'd be really cool would be like have a scavenger hunt and put things on your list that you know you have in your house. And okay, go get this, go get that, go get this. And then when you get all the ingredients or all the things you need to make the crafts, challenge them to make a craft of just the stuff you have. That I mean, that's like a really I mean that would be a good challenge. I think there's also a half price movie deal for moms and kids. Here in the summers. Plenty of parks to do. Yeah, see, that's a good idea, especially when it's hot. Someplace you go see movies. But yeah, it's and even if you like on the hot days. Okay, so here's this. Although we had a pool in our backyard, which was a pool you filled up, and the water held the sides up. Okay, it was like the kind you rolled up. So we had one of those. But I remember before we had one, me and my little best friend would fill the wheelbarrow up and swim, and I use that term loosely, in the wheelbarrow. We'd sit in the wheelbarrow, and we thought, oh, look, I mean, we were tiny, clearly, if we were sitting in wheelbarrows with water. So that was a lot of fun. That was fun. And also, my dad, I don't know where he got this from. He got this large piece of clear, like really industrial plastic, like like very heavy duty plastic. It was clear. We made our own slip and slide. We attached the water sprinkler to the hose, and we just let it run over the slip, and we'd slip and slide down this big piece of plastic. It was hilarious. So yeah, so I mean, and that's what you had to do back. Even now, you have to find creative ways to entertain the kids for, you know, all these was almost 2 months. How long? That was 2 months, isn't it? that they're going to be off. So it's just kind of just finding a way. It's also creating memories like you had, because our memories did revolve around iPads. Our memories didn't revolve around video games. They didn't revolve around, sitting in front of our phones, doing, any of that. They involved having to be a little bit imaginative to entertain ourselves. You know what I mean? We had to entertain ourselves. So I think that helping your grandkids, children, nieces, nephews, foster children, whatever, you know, um, to make these memories without having to have a phone, or you got Wi-Fi in here. Leave the phone. Just leave it. Girl, we did that too. So right by my parents' house, we had a bayou, and in the summer it was dry as hell because when it rained, it filled right up and it was very dodgy. But in the summertime, it was real dry. So we would get a piece of cardboard and go down, or people thought they could jump the ditch. We called it a ditch, but it was bayou. Jump the ditch with their bikes. Yeah, no one ever made it to the other side. We had 10-cent matinees in the summer. Yes. So we took out the old pool. I've been thinking of getting a horse water tub. Oh, girl, I love that idea. Could make a nice pool as kids. And the horses were drinking out of it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I can get one back here for good. I mean, it's too cold, but like if you're in a warm place, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a perfect idea. Just sitting in there with your little, cooling off. I love it. Get a water sprinkler, just sit under it. But I think because we, as a generation of mature women, and men, if there's any men here, we came from a time when we weren't constantly, there wasn't constantly something, in our face. We weren't constantly entertained. We're not doing this is an iPad. We're not doing this. We had to be creative, and we had to be inventive, and we had to, do that thing where we had to entertain ourselves. And I think offering that kind of a challenge, so to speak, to children now is useful, is helpful, is getting them to use their imagination, getting them, look, all these kids I know want their phone, their iPads, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, maybe go a little old school with them. Take them, do the things that, hey, let's get in a trough and swim. Your kids be like, say what? You're not, then they're going to be like, this was so much fun. Get a big piece of plastic and make your own slip and slide. Sit in a wheelbarrow. We have a pool and the kiddos are already swimming. Girl, I bet they are, because I know it'll get hot there. Make them I almost work for it. You got to work for your fun. And not work for it, but I mean, these kind of things fit. We're all sitting here remembering exactly I can't tell you what happened yesterday, but I can tell you that at the age of 5, I sat in a wheelbarrow with my friend filled with water thinking it was a pool. You know what I mean? But I can't tell you what happened yesterday. We put the goldfish that we went to the carnival one year in the horse trough. They got to be, oh my God. Yeah, they get big if you let them. So I think that's, oh God, remember you were grounded? You're grounded. Does anybody even say that anymore? You are grounded. I remember my brother got grounded for the whole summer once. It didn't stick, but at the start of the summer, him and someone else was playing catch in the backyard with baseball catch with gloves. And my brother was a pitcher. And he could throw very, very hard and very, very fast. So the person he was throwing to was standing in front of, well, not right in front of, but we had a back porch with a metal awning, top cover. And he was standing in front of that. And we had, our back door was a sliding glass door. So it had one sliding glass door and then 2 panes of glass. My brother threw that ball so hard. And he must have been in I don't know, 6th grade. I don't think he was in high school yet. He threw it so hard and so fast, the kid couldn't catch it, and it smashed one of the windows. Day one, summer, day one. My dad was like, you were so grounded for the rest of the summer. Oops. I mean, it didn't stick because we got one to Galveston after that. But my dad goes, you are grounded. And it was a big pane of glass. So it's crazy. I mean, So yeah, and those are memories. And I think that, the kids aren't going to be like, wow, back in 2024, I saw this really fun TikTok that I watched. It's like, no, but you will remember building your own slip and slide. You will remember, going to grandma's house or at mom's house or whoever's house, playing in the on the makeshift slip and slide and running through the water hose and having water balloon fights and all the things. So that was our chat for today, y'all. Summer holidays. Now, that's going to lead me into my next thing I'm going to tell you is that, speaking of summer holidays, I will be taking a hiatus this summer until September. Yes, I too am having a summer holiday. I'm actually not going anywhere, but I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. I got this new she shed out there to sort out. Um, and I've got Beth coming over in June. I've got stuff I got to do. And so, like I've got behind on a lot of things recently. So I'm taking the summer off. So Vintage News Hour will be back September 13th. It is a Friday. It's Friday the 13th. We'll be coming back because a lot of people are going to be on holiday now. A lot of people have a lot of things coming up in the summer. And I know that you guys are busy in the summer, and I appreciate that. And I want you to go and have fun in the summer. Go have fun. Go do your thing, y'all. Whatever it is you do, go have a great summer. And we will be back. School's back in session on September 13th. And we will be back. We'll be back with Vintage News Hour on September 13th, Friday the 13th. The start of autumn. And then we can talk all things autumny because you know how I love autumn. Thank you, Kathy. I will. I will. Yeah, he's already seen it. I showed him a picture. I'll take a 2-week vacation soon. Good for you. We yeah, we will all have stories to tell. Oh, that's it. We'll come back here in September and you can tell me all what you did for the summer because that'll be a fun chat. I appreciate you guys stopping by so much. Take care. I will still be doing the Double D live chats with Daniel as long as he's okay to do them. He's, got everything sorted out. I'll be doing that, but that's twice a month. So that gives me time. I also have time to do, my other stuff, the things I gotta get caught up on. But I've had so much fun, you guys. You take care. Have a great summer. And I will see you on Daniel's channel and this channel when we have Double D live chat. But Vintage News Hour is taking a hiatus till September 13th. Guys, have a great 3-day weekend. And I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.